Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. Have you ever wondered about the types of gas that can occur in people over the age of 60? Today we are going to be talking about 5 different types of gas after 60 that could signal serious health problems. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm a chiropractor, currently based in the Oxfordshire area, and I am a registered member of the Chiropractic Association of Ireland. I'm also the co-founder of a health academy, where we provide training and education for people who are interested in natural health therapies. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We release new videos every single week on various topics related to health and nutrition. No, one is silent gas. A silent gas is very common in people over the age of 60. This type of gas is odorless. It's often overlooked and frequently goes unnoticed. Silent gas is usually caused by undigested food that's putrefying or rotting in your colon. And this can actually lead to a number of different issues such as bloating, abdominal discomfort, changes in your bowel habits, constipation, and diarrhea. Also, you may notice that your stomach makes a rumbling noise, but nothing actually comes out. The second type of gas we're going to talk about today is known as a food or a gastric bubble. This is basically air that's been swallowed by mistake and it becomes trapped in your stomach. It doesn't have an odor, and many times it can be quite painful for the person suffering with it, especially if they already have heartburn or acid reflux. Food bubbles or gastric bubbles are typically caused by eating or drinking too quickly, not chewing your food properly, having an H. pylori infection or Helicobacter pylori infection, which is a stomach infection, or suffering from stress and anxiety. Food bubbles can cause bloating, abdominal discomfort, belching, difficulty swallowing, and also indigestion. The third type of gas we're going to talk about is known as wind. This has probably been experienced by all of us at some point in our lives. It can be very embarrassing, especially if it happens in public. But wind is basically gas that's been swallowed or produced in the gastrointestinal tract that exits through the anus. Wind is normally odorless, but it can sometimes have an unpleasant smell, especially if it contains sulfur. Sulfur is released when bacteria in the gut ferment or break down food. This can be foods such as eggs, meat, onions, broccoli, and cabbage. The amount of sulfur that's released depends on the amount of bacteria in the large intestine. So the more bacteria you have, the more sulfur will be released, hence the bad smell. In addition to diet, other things that can cause wind include constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, lactose intolerance, an infection in the gut or food poisoning, inflammatory bowel disease, which includes Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, diverticulitis, and colon polyps. Wind itself is not harmful, but the pain associated with it can be quite severe in some cases. In addition, some people develop what's called visceral hypersensitivity. This means that their gut or intestines are more sensitive than normal, and this can cause them to experience more pain when they have wind. No. 4 is fecal gas. Fecal gas occurs when bacteria in the large intestine ferment undigested food. It usually smells very unpleasant and can be a sign of something known as irritable bowel syndrome, where the person will experience abdominal pain, bloating, diarrhea, and constipation. Other conditions that can cause fecal gas include lactose intolerance, infectious diarrhea, constipation, diverticulitis, colon polyps, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, and also a bacterial infection in the gut or food poisoning. Now, treatments for fecal gas and the conditions that cause it include making dietary changes such as cutting out dairy products if you're lactose intolerant, rehydrating yourself if you're suffering from diarrhea, eating more fiber and increasing your water intake if you're constipated. Taking probiotics can also help to improve the symptoms, because probiotics introduce beneficial bacteria into the digestive system. Antibiotics are sometimes prescribed if a bacterial infection is present. Antispasmodic medication can be given to reduce the muscle spasm in the gut, hence reducing abdominal cramping and pain. And laxatives are also sometimes used to soften the stool and make it easier to pass. Finally, we have sulfur gas. Sulfur gas has a very unpleasant rotten egg smell. It's also known as hydrogen sulfide, and it's produced when there is an overgrowth of sulfate-reducing bacteria in the digestive tract. This can be in the small or large intestine, and it can be a sign of several different conditions. These include inflammatory bowel disease, such as Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, It can also be a sign of bacterial overgrowth in the stomach. This is usually associated with people who have had their gallbladder removed. Gallstones blocking the bile duct can also cause a buildup of sulfurous gas. Other conditions include diverticulitis, colon polyps, constipation, and a poor diet. So there are a number of different treatment options for this condition. These include making dietary changes. So cutting out foods that contain sulfur, such as eggs, meat, onions, broccoli, and cabbage. Eating more fiber and increasing your water intake to keep things. Moving through the digestive system and treating the underlying cause. For example, removing gallstones or treating an inflammatory bowel condition. If you are experiencing any of these types of gas and you're over the age of 60, it's important that you seek medical attention. This is because the gas may be a sign of an underlying medical condition that needs to be treated. It's also important to pay attention to any other symptoms you may be experiencing, such as abdominal pain, bloating, changes in your bowel habit, constipation, diarrhea, and weight loss. This will help your doctor to diagnose the problem and get you on the road to recovery sooner. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit the like button below the video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. You can also check out some of my other videos by clicking the links above. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.